Okay, we'll be doing the test for carbohydrate. You need to download this from the Blackboard page so that you'll have the instructions and the tables that you'll be filling out while I do the lab. Okay, so we're going to start with the Benedict's test for reducing sugars. In each of these test tubes, I have placed about 10 drops of the sugar. I left the glucose to do now. So I'm going to add 10 milliliters of glucose to each one of these, 10 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to go ahead and do the one for the ketose sugars while I'm doing it. And here's the iodine. Okay. So the first set of test tubes here is going to be for the Benedict's test. So this row right here will be Benedict's test. Each one of these, this one has an unknown sugar in it. This has starch. The starch came out of solution so you can see it. Lactose, sucrose, fructose, and glucose. Now, we are instructed in our instructions to add 2 milliliters of the Benedict solution. Our Benedict solution is supplied like this. And I don't want to measure out 2 milliliters each time, so I measured 2 milliliters of water, and I'm going to use this as my standard. That's 2 milliliters. So I want just a little bit more than that in each one of the tubes because each one already has a little bit. So here's my Benedict solution. I'm going to add about 2 milliliters. It's a nice blue color. The amount here is not terribly important. After we add this, we're going to put these solutions in a warm water bath that I have prepared. Go. And the starch. We can get it to dissolve. And this is our unknown sugar. It's one of the sugars that we're testing, and hopefully we'll be able to identify it. Let's put our water back there. Now we're going to put this into our water bath that I have prepared right over here. It just now started boiling, so that's good. And we're going to leave it there for about 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes. It says we'll leave it 3 to 4 minutes. While we do that one, we're going to prepare the test for ketosis. The test for ketosis, we're going to leave that sitting there. We'll put a timer on it so we know how long it's been. The test for ketosis, we have 6 test tubes, each with the sugars in them, and we are instructed to add 2 milliliters of the Schwandorf reagent to it. This reagent contains here it is. It contains hydrochloric acid, so we need to be careful with it. Again, we're going to add 2 milliliters. We're going to just approximate. Here's our glucose. Here's our fructose. Sucrose. I'm going to get about the right amount. This one is lactose. And then we've got starch and water. And while we've been preparing our reducing sugars, our Benedict's test has been successfully reacted. So let's turn back to it and you can see it. In some of the tubes, it's turned bright red. Some of the tubes haven't done anything. So let's see what we've got here. I'm going to put them in order. Where's the glucose? Here's our glucose. I'd say that's definitely a positive reaction. It reacted. Here's our fructose. It also reacted. That's a reducing sugar. Our next one was sucrose was the next one in our thing. And look, our sucrose did not react. It's still the blue color that it was when we started. Lactose has reacted. This is our starch. Our starch did not react. It's not a reducing sugar. And our unknown reacted. So we know that our unknown is not going to be sucrose. And we know our unknown is not starch. Okay, so now we can put our reducing sugar test, our ketose test, in the warm water bath. Oops, put them in all at the same time. This test, the timing of the color is important. So we will kind of keep an eye on this one. We won't just leave it. After 1 minute, we're to observe the colors. My water's not quite boiling, so it might take a little bit longer. Okay, this one's beginning to turn a faint pink. This one, the sucrose, is a faint pink. Our unknown is turning just a little bit pink. The fructose is pink. The lactose remains clear. We're going to let those sit for just a minute, and then we'll examine them. There we go. I think we're fully developed now. Let me put them in order. There's the sucrose, lactose, our unknown we'll put at the end, fructose, glucose, and starch. Okay, so you can see the glucose looks very clear. Let's get the paper towel here. The fructose is bright, a nice red. Sucrose is a nice red. Lactose, clear. Starch is clear. And our unknown is a nice red. Okay. The last test that we have, at least in this video, is going to be the starch. And I'm going to do it right here. We'll put these in a row. And we need to add 1 drop of iodine to each one. And we'll see what happens. This is glucose. Okay, and I get a yellow color, kind of the color of the iodine. This is fructose, and get a yellow color. Sucrose, let's see what happens when we add sucrose. Yellow. Lactose. Yellow. Starch. Okay, starch, we get a very dark inky color. And let's see what our unknown does. No real reaction.